Welcome to Embrace Your Spiritual Powers with I Am. Your host, Shangela Pierce, a spiritual healer from Sedona, and her guides, I Am, are here to reacquaint you with the miraculous spiritual powers you were born with. You can manifest health, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Join us today as you begin a new journey of enlightenment. Here is Shangela.
Welcome to Embrace Your Spiritual Powers with I Am. I'm your host, Shangela Pierce. In today's episode, we are going to talk about moving meditation for natural healing. Before we begin, I wanted to introduce you to my Qigong meditation for self-healing. It is available as a DVD or a streamable or downloadable file. The Qigong meditation comes with instructions on how to do the 5-animal Qigong. And it is a wonderful way to move energy, to really get grounded in your body and move that energy for healing. Please visit my online store to pick up your copy. Intentions. Let's take a moment and set our intentions for today's episode. What questions do you seek answers for in regards to moving meditation? Relax. Take a deep breath. Ask your question and let it go. The answers you seek will come to you. Now, the message from I Am. Moving meditation. As spiritual beings in a physical body, it is important for you to take care of your physical body. We are sure you have heard the term of your body is your temple. We encourage you to think of it as such. We encourage you to love your body, to forgive your body. We encourage you to hold it as sacred. As we have discussed before, moving energy is key, for you are an energetic being. Do not let the physical form confuse you in this matter. Your physical form is just a more dense form of energy, but you are energy, and you must allow this energy to flow. Any energy in your body that does not flow gets stuck. This blockage of energy causes many types of disharmony. In our previous episode, we talked about allowing this energy to flow through making sure that your orifices were open. In that discussion, we talked about making sure that your mind was also open, that you allowed the free flow of this energy so that your thoughts did not block the energy from moving. This episode is also a continuation of that with a different theme. In this, we talk about the sacred body and the need to strengthen your physical body. As you move your body in some type of physical exercise, energy moves. And if you are not mindful of this energy moving, you will unconsciously constrict it, and it will not flow unobstructed through your body. This is why we talk about a moving meditation, meaning being aware, being in the present moment, understanding the energy that is moving, understanding the emotions that are arising because of your physical movement, and continuing to allow this energy to flow. In so practicing this moving meditation, you can take that which you have learned, into other aspects of your life. It will start to become who you are, remaining present, being mindful of your thoughts, and allowing this energy to flow. As you do this, you continue to raise your vibration and become. As we have discussed before, meditation is more than what you do at one time, during the day, during the night, whenever your specified time is to do it, assuming you are doing it. Meditation becomes an integral part of who you are. Everything you do becomes an extension of this mindfulness practice, of you moving in a meditative state, of you understanding how you feel and allowing that energy to flow. In so doing, you constantly allow, because that is the key. As we will reiterate over and over again, that is the key to manifesting, to becoming healthy, to becoming who you are, to fulfilling your destiny as you so know it. Now, there are particular moving meditations that you may be familiar with. Qigong is one of them. It is an ancient practice that involves breathing. Again, like we talked about, breathing to move the energy. It involves movement. It involves being mindful. And so in learning to practice this, you learn to allow and to relax and allow the energy to flow through movement. Yoga is also a form of moving meditation. Now, there are many types of Qigong and yoga. There are also many other types of moving meditations. The point of this conversation is to impress upon you taking care of your physical body through exercise. And in this exercise, you are mindful of what you are doing, therefore allowing the energy to flow unobstructed, the energy to flow freely through your body and not get stuck again through your thoughts. That is the whole point of this conversation. A very simple concept. Everything we teach is simple. It is simple to learn. It is simple to do. And then it becomes up to you to allow this into your healing routine, into your spiritual routine. The idea of taking care of your physical body. Now, if you are in a state where you feel like you cannot exercise, like you have no energy, you have no drive to exercise, call upon us for help. We will guide you on what you can do, because exercise does not have to be as complicated as you think. It could be a simple routine that you do for 5 minutes. Taking care of your body for 5 minutes is something everyone can do. But again, as you do this, as you move your muscles, as you strengthen your body, do it mindfully. We cannot stress this enough. As you are aware, we repeat a lot of what we say, because we want you to understand this. We want to send you this energy of knowledge. We want you to open up and Feel this in your core. Feel that we are guiding you towards this. Feel that this is a missing component to what you do. Even if you do exercise, be mindful. Even if you are doing a moving meditation, be more mindful. Do it more consistently. In love and light, I am. Thank you, I am. Another simple concept for natural healing. Moving meditations are one of my favorite activities to do. I love practicing Qigong and I love practicing yoga. I also do other types of moving meditation. I do walking meditation, that's a moving meditation. This is something that has expanded over time. It's not something that I started off doing. I didn't start off doing all of these activities. But as I continue in my spiritual practice, these just evolved. And the same can happen for you. I remember before I was on my spiritual journey how I loved to exercise all the time. I went to the gym, I would run. I did all these activities, but I wasn't very mindful of it. And because of that, I would get hurt. My knees would start hurting, this would start hurting. All of that, I never correlated that to being an energy blockage. I would just, attune to the collective consciousness thought that, as you age, things like that happen. And so it wasn't until, my spiritual journey that I learned that I'm blocking the energy from flowing, be it from my own thoughts or from collective thoughts about certain things. If I'm not mindful, this energy will just get stuck. I also remember, when you're taught to lift weights, or when you're lifting weights, holding your breath as you're lifting weights. That's a very common thing for people to do because as they strain, they hold their breath. And that's something you also carry with you during the day. So when you're stressed, what do? You hold your breath, and that's preventing the energy from moving. So learning to practice and be mindful of what you are doing will help you in healing. A very, very simple concept, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. Just simple in its concept of moving the energy. If you can be grounded in your body and paying attention to what you're doing, you're not watching TV as you're exercising, right? You're not listening to music and not being immersed in what you are doing. You are taking the time to feel the energy, to feel your body and be grounded in it. So, at this point of the podcast is about giving you practical tips. So I'm going to try to cover different tips for different types of people who are at different levels in their healing process. The basic concept is the same for all levels. So you move slowly because that helps you to be mindful. You move with your breath, helping to move the energy. So slow and with your breath. All right, so let's say you are in a bed and you can't move. Well, you can't get out of the bed. Maybe you can move your leg, maybe you can move your arms, whatever that is for you. What you can do, let's say it's your legs you can move. So you can slowly raise your leg. And as you're raising your leg, inhale. Slowly. And slowly lower your leg. As you lower your leg, exhale. Simple, simple, simple. For someone who cannot move, visualize yourself doing it. It is the same. So if you can visualize yourself moving a body part, eventually you will. Doing it slow and doing it with your breath. Now, if you like to walk, let's be mindful as you walk. So, be mindful of your feet on the ground. So every time your feet touch the ground, just feel every aspect of it. And remember, you're going slow, right? Because you're going slow, you're being mindful of it. So you feel your feet touching the ground and you're breathing the entire time. You can do it rhythmically if you like. So as your left foot hits the ground, you inhale. As it hits the ground again, you exhale. You can do it in that fashion. Whatever feels right for you. If you are doing some type of strength training, again, do it mindfully. Do it slow and do it with your breath. Okay? So let's say you have this particular routine that you're used to doing, or maybe you're even watching someone on, say, YouTube doing this exercise. Learn just one of those exercises and practice doing that mindfully. Practice, let's say you're using those stretch bands, okay? And let's say you are doing your arms, okay? So as you expand out and you are holding on to this band, inhale. As you stretch out, you're doing it slowly, and then exhale as you contract it. That's a way to be mindful. So just take this one aspect and you be mindful of it. And then you can continue to build on that. So then you do 2 exercises the next time. And then you do 3 and then 4. Then you build on that till your whole routine has become more mindful. Now, if you're doing yoga or qigong or some other type of exercise that has been developed to be more mindful, you are going to naturally be practicing that state, right? You may not, if you're judging yourself, right, which we tend to do, you may not be perfect at it, right? But the more you do it, the deeper it becomes and the more mindful you become. Now, one thing that I noticed as I practiced yoga, because I did it for 10 years before I learned Qigong, is that the way we teach yoga in the US is not necessarily mindfully oriented. So if you find that you have a yoga practice and you're not exactly doing things slow, you're not exactly moving with your breath because you're just trying to get through something, you're treating it in this Western mindset of just no pain, no gain. Slow it down. Slow it down. And allow the energy to flow. Be more mindful of it. So if you have this core practice that you do it more slow. Slow it down. You can start with one move at a time. Okay? And then slow that down. And then the next time, add another exercise onto it, and then you just continue to build. So it's the same concept. You just continue to build and build and build. If you like doing asanas, again, do it more slowly. Slow it down. And you'll notice a difference in how you feel more grounded, how you feel the energy flowing through you, how you can incorporate more easily your breath. Okay? Every exercise and every movement can be done more slowly and can be done with breath and more mindful, more mindfully. Okay? If you do not have an exercise routine and you need help in finding one that's for you, well, that's a question for your source. You could say, thank your source in advance. Thank you for an exercise that I will enjoy doing every day. And you could be more specific with that. So if you've tried many exercises and you like this part, but you didn't like that part, talk to your source. I really like this. I like that. Is there something that incorporates these things? Write the question in your journal, your spiritual journal, and then allow the answer to come to you. You may be surprised what comes to you. Maybe even the Qigong meditation that I have. Perhaps to give you an idea of what it means to be mindful. Maybe that's what you need right now. Okay? And let's say that you have trouble being motivated to exercise. You need to exercise. You need to be mindful. You need to meditate. All these things. But the motivation is just not there. So, of course, what do? You call upon Source to help you. Thank you, Source, for the motivation and the will to meditate every day. Thank you. Do this every day when you wake up, or every time you can think of it, right? You put your attention on what you want, and then you just allow it to come into your reality. Just allow it, just allow it, just allow it. You can also tell a different story about it, right? If you've been doing the different story, you can put words such as, I exercise every day and I enjoy it. So you're retraining your subconscious mind to think differently. Therefore, it just becomes who you are. You just love exercising. No questions about it. I love exercising. Thank you for this exercise that I love to do. I love exercising mindfully. I love breathing deeply as I exercise. So you're just changing the story. Very simple tip, but very, very, very useful in changing who you are and what you like to do. If you like to dance as your exercise, then dance. Now, dancing doesn't always fall into the category where you can do it slow and with your breath. However, as you dance with music that uplifts your soul, your spirit, right? So, because that's moving the energy, that's allowing the energy to flow. Breathe as you're dancing. Okay? So in that sense, this is a moving meditation. You're not bogged down about what you think you have to do. You're just letting it go and letting it flow and dance and move. I wanted to take the time and give you a little short moving meditation. Something that you can do if you're at work, you're sitting in a chair too long. So what you would do, get out of the chair. Place your feet firmly on the floor. Be good to take your shoes off. That way you can really feel the ground. Now stretch your arms up in the air and take a deep breath in. Now exhale and come down. And as you come down slowly and continue to bend your knees and go down as far as you can go. Now inhale and raise your arms straight up in the air and straighten your legs as you do this. Doing it as slow as you can. Again, now exhale, bring your arms down and continue to bend your knees as far as you can. Continue this motion up, arms raised on inhale. down, exhale, and bending your knees as far as you can. Now, if you are having trouble doing this on one inhalation or one exhalation, then do it with 2 breaths up and 2 breaths down. So you inhale and exhale as you come up, raising your arms up, stretching those legs out. And if you can, stand on your tippy toes, just stretching, stretching, stretching. Then inhale and exhale down. Again, bending those knees and going down as far as you can. So you inhale and exhale up, and then you inhale and exhale down. Very simple. You're doing it slowly, as slowly as you can in both directions. And if 2 breaths is still too much for you, then do it in 4. Okay? 4 up and 4 down. Okay? So again, this is a simple exercise that you can do just to stretch yourself out and be more mindful. So you move the energy, right? Any stagnant energy that may have developed as you're sitting down and not being conscious of your breath. You're holding your breath because you're stressed. Great way to move that energy. So, thank you again for joining me for another episode of Embrace Your Spiritual Powers with I Am. Make sure you pick up a copy of my Qigong meditation in my online store at secretwithinyou.com/store or online at Walmart. I do hope you find it very useful. I had a wonderful time making it. The moves that are done there were inspired by I Am. I Am directed me in these moves, and so it is, I think, is a wonderful Qigong practice. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you again, and I look forward to having you back next week. And love and light. Namaste.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed receiving your messages for your spiritual healing. Join us next week for more amazing information that will help you manifest health beyond your wildest dreams. For more inspiration and guidance from I Am, please visit www.seekwithinyou.com.